In the sleepy town of Widow Creek, an old mansion sat atop a hill, shrouded in mist and mystery. Known as Hollowcrest Manor, the house had been abandoned for decades after its last owner, Eleanor Ward, vanished under suspicious circumstances. Locals whispered that the house was alive, feeding on the secrets and fears of those who entered. For years it stood untouched, a ghostly silhouette against the night sky, until one fateful autumn evening, a group of friends, Amy, Mark, Clara, and Jason, decided to explore the house as part of a dare. They laughed off the warnings, thinking it was just another creepy story to scare children. But Hollowcrest Manor would soon turn to screams. The friends arrived at the mansion just as the sun dipped below the horizon. Its decaying facade seemed to watch them as they climbed the creaking steps. The door, surprisingly, was unlocked and swung open with a low groan, as if inviting them in. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of damp wood and decay. The grand foyer stretched before them, its once ornate chandelier hanging precariously. Whispers echoed faintly through the halls, though the group was alone, or so they thought. Amy led the way, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. "It's just an old house," she said, trying to mask her unease. But as they moved deeper, the house seemed to come alive. Footsteps echoed in empty rooms. Doors creaked without being touched, and faint, unintelligible murmurs followed them. In one room they found a large antique mirror. Jason, the skeptic, joked about it being haunted, but as he turned away his reflection remained, staring back at him with a sinister grin. He froze, and the others saw it too. The reflection raised a hand, pressing its palm against the glass, before vanishing entirely. Panicked, they tried to leave, but the door to the foyer was gone. The house had shifted, its layout no longer making sense. Hallways stretched endlessly, and rooms repeated themselves like a maze. The whispers grew louder, now clear enough to form words. "Tell me your secrets." The voice was soft but commanding, echoing through their minds. One by one, the group began to see visions, fragments of their worst fears and hidden guilt. Mark confessed to betraying a friend, and the walls around him seemed to close in, suffocating him until he disappeared. Clara, terrified, admitted to a past mistake, and the floor beneath her gave way, swallowing her into darkness. Amy and Jason were the last ones left. Jason, paralyzed with fear, refused to speak. The whispers turned to screams, and he vanished into thin air, leaving Amy alone. The house grew eerily silent. Amy, trembling, shouted, "I have no secrets! Let me go!" The whispers stopped, and for a moment it seemed as though the house had released her. The front door reappeared, and she bolted outside. Amy stumbled into the town, pale and shaking. She tried to explain what had happened, but no one believed her. The mansion, she swore, had taken her friends. A search party was sent, but they found no trace of them or the shifting halls Amy described. To this day, Hollowcrest Manor remains abandoned, its windows dark and lifeless. But if you stand too close, you might hear the whispers calling to you, asking for your secrets. Springfield sued. And if you answer, the houses will listen.